In this video we're going to look at ggplot2 and the basic anatomy of a ggplot2 command to produce a data visualization. So I've got an R script here. I'm just going to do some initial preparation. So we're going to clear R's memory. We're going to set the working directory to be where I've got the data. And we're going to load up the package ggplot2 because we're going to be using that to produce the graphics. So we're going to be using the Wolf dataset to do the visualization. So I'm going to import the Wolf data. Got to do a bit of initial data wrangling, so we're going to set the population to be a factor because it's qualitative, and R initially thought that might be quantitative data and it's got it wrong. And then we're going to produce a subset because we're just going to look at the data from female wolves. So we're going to subset to just contain female wolves, and we're going to call that data frame, that subset, wolf_f. So the basic anatomy of a ggplot2 call has three parts. This is a plot here. The first part defines the data that we're going to be plotting. So I'm highlighting it here. There's two parts to this. It has to say where the data frame that we're going to plot. So in this case it's the wolf_f data frame. And then it's got to say what data from that data frame are we going to plot. And for this we're just going to have two variables that we're going to plot. We're going to plot on the x-axis testosterone, which is the variable T_pgmg, and on the y-axis we're going to plot cortisol, which is C_pgmg. And that kind of saying which variables you're going to plot is called the aesthetics of a plot. So that's why it's preceded by AES there. So that's the data we're going to plot. The next thing ggplot needs to know is what plots is it going to display. So for this one, we're just going to do a simple scatter plot, which is just plotting points. So that's the command geom_point. So all the plots, you usually have a geom_ to define what plot we're going to use. And then finally, you need to say, what's the styling of that plot? What's the plot going to look like? So things like, does it going to have axes that are labeled? So in this case I'm going to label the x and y axis testosterone and cortisol. Is there a color scheme to use? Is there a font style to use? In this case I'm going to use a standard theme that ggplot2 comes with. It's called theme_bw, which is gives a white background. It's called a black and white theme. So if you run that whole command, so you can just put the cursor anywhere on the command and hold down Control and Return. It'll send that command to the console and execute it. And there's our basic scatter plot.